them to be as successful defense on the defense. So I am concerned. Let's go on to the next one. Next question here. We have here from D-Man. It says here, should the Raiders look for, oh, this is going to be good. You're going to love this one here, Rocco. Trading for Anthony Richardson. You know, all cards on the table about Anthony Richardson here, Rocco.
I absolutely loved Anthony Richardson coming out in the draft. Yeah, I'd be very interested, depending on what the compensation would be. Yeah, I think you probably wouldn't have to give up all that much. I think he would make a lot of sense. I read Pete Carroll was very interested when he was at Seattle at the time, when Richardson was coming out. You know, you could see him fitting with the Chip Kelly, you know, bring him in if the cost isn't much, you know, the cost would have to be very reasonable. If you bring him in as the backup now, especially with the AOC injury, and see what you have and see if he develops, you know, under Geno Smith, I would definitely be interested.
All right. Before I give you my take on that, what would you be willing to give up? What's the max you'd be willing to give up for
him? That's a good question. 4th round pick.
4th round, fair enough. And see, this is the thing. I agree. While I agree that, you know, they may not get a lot for him. I mean, we're in the quarterback world, man, and we've seen Sam Darnold, who failed miserably for the Jets, go for like 2 second-round picks. You know, when they got traded, where did he get traded? Carolina, maybe, or wherever he got. You know, they traded him for 2 second-round picks for a guy who failed, and he was still young and just a highly drafted quarterback. And Anthony Richardson's in a similar boat. He's still super young, still younger than a lot of quarterbacks that just came out of the draft, and obviously, as we all know, a ridiculous athlete. Me personally, I kind of would stay away from that. It would have to be, they'd have to really ask me for just a bag of chips and maybe a can of Coke for him. If they ask for more than that, like if they ask for, you know, some mozzarella sticks or something to go with it, then I'd have to pause. I think he's super talented, and it's not that I don't like him, but I think you know, it's just he's been so injured. He hasn't had a lot of time. His biggest issue has been coming out was he doesn't have a lot of experience. Well, he's played 15 games in the last 2 years, so his experience is still not there. You know, obviously to take a flyer on him, you know, he can't hurt you, but at the same time, I don't know. Are you better off just finding a guy that you like your own, keeping that 4th round pick and finding your own guy, as opposed to trying to fix somebody else's problem? So I'd be a little hesitant to make a move on him.